Yes, sir, we promise you a great night right here on the Andre,
Step in the ring where the stories collide.
Next.
Squared conversations where the legends reside. From suplex slams to the mic they hold tight. We're breaking it down under bright ring lights. Squared conversations. Let's get it
So
on.
Yates already knew.
Stage where the fighters belong.
So you're just gonna get
What are you doing? It's our combat zone. Bell rings
Just for a
loud, the
second.
crowd goes
Whichever one of
insane.
the WWE writers is currently watching this show, write him a check. Because y'all stole that idea from watching this show.
Let me show recording live from the floor. Because I'm hurting right now, but I'm going to do this show.
This bitch is like aggressively ruining me.
Squared conversations is where legends are grown. Grapple the truth, we're here to ignite. From the underdog story to the heavyweight fight. With the echoes of the ring and the clash of the night. Squared conversations where the spotlight.
He just ruins it for me. Like, I already.
Gene doesn't like shit, you know. But Gene says that she likes Eddie. I will give some of his promos and watch some of his matches.
Out here looking like Ron Jeremy.
You know,
Bitches. You can say it.
I wasn't
Bitches. You can say it. I want to hear you say it. You say it on your stream all the time.
Pure fusion.
Zone.
What the fuck?
Yes, I am. I am going to cry for Cole's thighs to fight this.
Do we have somebody who can physically go check on Kenny?
Me and my little we was, doing that thing. And she nerfed my shit.
Talking every move, every hold, every
2K15. Drop Jim and give me the name
for
for
the wrestling vein.
Creator wrestler.
So much out there, and there's something for everybody, honestly.
Yeah,
There's more to the world than just WWE and even AEW at this point.
I will be back to take over again and again and again. And again, but this is a 10-10 show. If you guys have not followed, all you haters, follow. If you have not followed,
From the underdog
do
story
it.
to the heavyweight fight, with the echoes of the ring and the clash of the night. Squared conversations with a spotlight. Squared conversations, let's get it on. The mat's our stage where the fighters belong. With a body slam rhythm and a smackdown tone. With a voice of the ring, it's our combat zone.
No more Hollywood, this is Hollywood, and it's crime time. Be scared, you probably should. I come from the streets, I was raised in the gutter. I run up on your mother for that bread and butter. Mess around with these crooks, get your property took. Robbing is my job.
What does the FG stand for? What does the FG stand for? I want to know. Also, what's good? Welcome on in. Happy Friday. FGF. Fat Gooch Friday. Free Grip Friday. Gotcha. Let's fucking go. Real bouncers in this bitch. The fuck? I'm a real bouncer. Bounce on that thing. Bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing. The fuck? Did you forget about this? Did you forget that I run this shit? Did you forget this is... No, this is my safe space. I run this.
The man, the myth, the legend, Jelani motherfucking Hendrix. What's going on, baby? How you feeling?
Pokemon, and then that's the only time we deal with normal.
All right. Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
Let's run it back.
Run it back. Oh yeah, we gotta do like the
let's run it back.
Run it back. All right. Now that y'all can hear me, the 9-5ing, high flying, champion slaying, no delaying, human highlight reel of the mouth universe. What's good, everybody? My name is Shalani Hendricks. What's poppin'? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm excited to be on this wrestling podcast. This is my first wrestling podcast talking about wrestling. You feel me? Kind of like Kenny was saying, I've only been into pro wrestling since December 2023. I can pinpoint it because one of my homegirls, shout out to Amethyst, really wanted to watch the 2024 Royal Rumble that was coming up, and she was supposed to go. She wasn't able to go, and then I was like, you know what? I got you. I'll lock in with you. I'll get everybody in Discord. We'll watch it together. So we started watching around that time, and then I just never looked back. Not gonna lie to you. So I've been pretty heavy into it. Shout out to my wrestling OGs like Blue Satire and Amethyst and Koberg and everybody that helped me do my homework. Whenever I had a question, I'm like, why is this important? Why should I care about these people? You know what I mean? I hit them up on the side and they let me know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, I've been trying to do my best to like get into everything and really lock in. It's been a 1.5 year long hyperfixation that's just not going to quit anytime soon. So I'm glad that y'all think I'm a good enough fan and expert to be on this podcast, because I know a lot of y'all been in it since Jump Street. You feel me? So, you know, I'm trying my best.
We don't have any qualifications for. I have no qualifications.
I'm glad. Yeah, I that's like one of the things I was a little self-conscious about getting into wrestling originally, because it was just like there's just so many years of history. And I watched it when I was younger, when I was like a kid, and I want to say maybe around the time right before high school, I kind of fell off. But I just kind of knew certain things through osmosis. I think a lot of the rappers I was listening to constantly made references to wrestlers, so I kind of knew what was going on.
Right.
Shout out to Smoke Dizza for the ringside mixtape series. He would like rap over a lot of theme songs. So now that I'm like into wrestling and like going back, I'm like, oh, he was rapping over the Shield beat, and I love that song.
Right.
I didn't realize what I was paying attention to. Same thing with West Side Gun. West Side Gun, a huge wrestling fan, constantly making wrestling references in his music. Same thing with like Action Bronson. So like I knew, but I didn't know how much I knew until I fully got into it. So I just been embracing everything and just watching everything, honestly.
All right. Well, we definitely appreciate that. Like I said, appreciate the follow.
Yes.
But man, like you jumped in head first, and it was like before I knew it, you were coming and talking about stuff, and I was like, wait, huh? It's like you just started. What are you talking? But like now, you know a little bit of the lingo, you know. But for some of the people that this is their first time here, my name, in case you couldn't hear me at first, is Creole King Kenny. This is Square Conversations with my co-host, your friend Yates. He is he is the gentleman up under Gelati. But yeah, man.
Danny, to answer your question in the chat of why my face looks the way it does, work.
They got you again?
Yeah, we have a corporate inspection coming up.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm not wearing a beard guard during that.
No. We only have one scheduled question here. Only one. And that question is, and you kind of answered it already, believe it or not, and that is, when did you fall in love with wrestling? But you kind of answered that already.
Yeah. December 2023. Yeah, that's when I got into it. It was just one of those things where like I gotta say I was either watching an episode of SmackDown or Raw, and I was just like, oh, this is the coolest thing in the world. You know what I mean? I was like, why have I been like stopping myself from getting into it? Because, you know, like some group chats that I was in, like I'll have like Blue or Amethyst or like, you know, Joe after work, another person that really got me into wrestling. They'll be like, oh my God. They'll be talking to each other. And they'll be like, oh my God, did you see this from this past week? This is crazy, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm glad that y'all are excited. And then when I finally decided to get into it, I was like, oh, I fully get it now. This is pretty much the greatest form of entertainment. You know what I mean? It's like a telenovela with action. And as a person who grew up watching like, like network television, so like, for those who are familiar, like a UPN or like a Fox or like, WB, like network television is very like campy. So
Right.
that aspect of it, I already enjoyed. And then I'm a big fan of anime and action movies. So like you're gonna add those type of that rom-com cheesiness with Power Rangers like action. I like that's my shit. Like it was really really good. So when I finally got into it, it was we could probably get into it later, but like I think the moment I saw Seth Rollins and I was like, oh, this is my favorite person in the world because he is just in the craziest flyest clothes and there's fire and people are singing his song and everything. I was like, oh, I think I love this. So yeah, I was hooked immediately. I think around the time I was getting into it, uh, they were just cooking so consistently, and I was like, this is great.
I think, and I think I think I said this to you before. You would really you would probably love actually. That if I wasn't trying to say it, I
I say because I know you usually try to get everybody into Lucha Underground
that
to
yes,
like
that
go back
that
and rewatch Lucha Underground.
Yes.
Lucha,
I'm very aware of like Lucha Underground. Is
Lucha
like
Underground because of the aspects of wrestling that you like.
Mm-hmm.
You would probably think that Lucha Underground was the best shit ever.
Yeah, I know. I've talked about this a lot with Joe after work because he was super into Lucha Underground, and I can find it on the internet through very legal means. If anybody's listening, the feds. But yeah, I definitely want to like do my due diligence and like go back and just like watch it because I remember seeing commercials for it when it first aired.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never got a chance to really like lock in because at the time I was just into a whole bunch of other things. So I was like aware of it, but I didn't realize how important that time period was to a lot of wrestlers and just like having, I guess, wider audiences being aware of certain wrestlers and their
Right.
connections to like Lucha Underground. And, like you would see someone like a Chelsea Green in WWE and be like, oh, this person's kind of goofy. And like, you don't really want to take her seriously. And then you see a Lucha Underground match with her
Right.
and Penta. And then you're like, oh, she's a demon in the ring.
Right.
This is why when new wrestlers come in, they usually have them do a match against Chelsea Green because she's like essentially like the perfect wrestler. You know what I mean? Or like why like a Swerve Strickland is so well respected in the ring. Same thing with like a Ricochet or like an AR Fox or something like that, just because of a lot of the work they did in Lucha Underground. So I am aware. I've seen a few matches, but I definitely want to like go back and like watch it all the way through because I know it's awesome.
So I may or may not own them all.
Interesting. Okay.
So we may or may not be able to accommodate that request in the Discord one day.
That would be amazing. I can't wait. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I just need to know what time.
Yeah. Just let me. I will pull up.
Look, if I'm awake.
You're right. Right.
I am always sleeping.
That is true. That is true. Even when Yates is in the Discord,
I'm probably already asleep.
Right. And
I've joined and then I've fallen asleep.
Then he'll wake up and say, yeah, good night. But yeah, man. You were alluding to something during your stream about your disappointment in WWE, and we can fully go down this path because we're not controlled by WWE.
Nope.
Thank God.
Despite the logo you see down there,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have any bearing on what we talk about. So
I've said plenty of things that that would get us in trouble with WWE.
Gotcha.
What is it that disappointed you in the last couple of months?
I've been so like I said, I've talked about this a little bit in my own stream, but I am very grateful that I had friends that were into different promotions and not just WWE. WWE is definitely the gateway that got me into pro wrestling, but like my homie Joe, my Joe was into AEW at the time. Blue and Kim were into WWE at the time. I started following a whole bunch of different wrestling mixtapes accounts, so I was seeing stuff from like GCW and all the other different promotions. So I'm not a tribalistic fan, um, and I think these past couple months I started noticing just certain decisions, not even just all the way creatively, but I think business decisions from I don't want to say WWE. I believe they're coming from TKO. It definitely seems like a lot of the decisions that they're making lately are very money driven.
Yes.
And that is disheartening, because um I feel like I feel like WWE is very good at making a dumbass decision that everybody's like, oh, how could you do this? Like bringing back Brock Lesnar or having certain pay-per-view events in Saudi Arabia or just other just really random like creative things, and then they'll have a really big banger match like, hey, look guys, we're listening, like distraction, this is awesome, right? We gave this person the belt or we gave this person a banger, but then like they'll do some other stuff and it's like, all right, no, why is Triple H standing next to Donald Trump? I mean, like what are we doing here?
Family
I think
obligations is potentially one of them.
exactly.
For him, at least. I mean,
yeah.
Just to give him a little bit of a excuse. No excuse. He doesn't get a pass. He
or even
I don't
exactly, or even like recently, Bianca Belair was doing her thing, being the proper spokeswoman for the brand, and she was talking about her excitement for having WrestleMania in 2027 being in Saudi Arabia, and I'm just like, yeah, and you're choosing her because you know that she's pretty much the female Cody Rhodes. She's gonna forever be over. You know what I
Right.
mean? She is like the perfect representation of the brand. She's also a woman. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, look, black woman that's also well respected, and she's over, and she's a multiple times champion, and you know what I mean? So
And she's a
I do
draw
think
there. She's a really
exactly,
big draw there.
exactly.
So
So
people have
yeah,
been getting on her for what, like, I guess for the press conference for her being there. Thunder Rosa actually came to Bianca's defense and she was like, I'd do it too. Like, I do it too. It's
I mean,
money.
honestly, it's because I think people are kind of forgetting that at the end of the day, this is a job. These are
Right.
people's livelihoods. You know what I mean? They are probably depending on like they kind of forget like how you feel about it. It's like if you're getting an order from the big boss, you know what I mean, to do this thing, you're gonna do it. Like you still
Mhm.
want to have a comfortable lifestyle and still be employed and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. And like I said, like when when certain things happen on the business end and you see like a Cody Rhodes saying something or like a Bianca Belair saying something or whoever, that they're picking the best people to represent their brand to speak out and represent their promotion. And that's just what it is. It's not everything. It's not personal. It's just business. Um, will I say that despite knowing that, I still feel kind of like a type of way? Like, yeah, but I do understand it. But I think that's just the thing that's been like kind of disappointing about watching WWE because like I don't want to like compare, but I
Right.
think lately I've been having more fun watching AEW than watching WWE, and it wasn't like that originally.
Mhm.
But I do think lately uh the storytelling that's been happening over at AEW has been really interesting. I mean, Hangman Adam Page's story up until All In and getting the belt off of Mox, like I was watching that and I got like teared up watching that because I've been following the story and I was like, this is amazing. You know what I mean? So I think nowadays people can't say, oh, they don't know how to tell a story and it's just about wrestling over there, blah, blah. I mean, like,
No.
you know, I think WWE still probably does it essentially the best, you know what I mean? Because they just been doing it for longer. But, you know, like AEW is kind of coming up there. And I know they realize it because I mean Saturday's a perfect example. Like at 3 we get All Out, and then at 7 or 8 ET we get WrestlePalooza, which is the worst fucking name in the world. But like, you know, we get that.
Agreed.
Also,
But
Agreed.
do we know anybody who is potentially going to be watching WrestlePalooza anywhere by any chance? Because I'm not paying for ESPN.
I have it. I don't know. I got a few websites where I can watch them, but like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to watch both, mainly because like, you know, it's a whole Saturday full of just wrestling, so that's fun. But you know, All Out excites me a lot more
Yes.
than WrestlePalooza. And one of their main events for WrestlePalooza, I am not looking forward to watching. I'll probably see highlights for it. I think it's pretty obvious which one it is. It's, you know, John Cena versus that man. And
The Mayo
yeah, I'm
Man?
just yeah. And I'm just like, okay. F5 man, you know what I mean? But you know, yeah, I understand. It's a money thing. They're trying to make their money back. You know what I mean? For TKO, like from the big investment, they gotta shake hands and kiss babies with certain people, but
So
you know, it just
that's
sucks.
the thing that got me. The other day I saw a Twitter article about the TKO president saying something along the lines of WWE needs to up their prices the same way that UFC, and like it's like, no, UFC is not family friendly. WWE is.
Exactly.
The
I'm
ticket
not gonna.
pricing is so that you can take your kids to go to the show.
Exactly.
I'm
'Cause
not
that's
about
like
to
what it's.
spend $1,000 per person for a family of 5 to
Mm-mm.
go
Not at all.
to the nosebleeds to a SmackDown.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
I went to Raw a couple months ago. It was when Seth Rollins and CM Punk was having their steel cage match, and that was also an episode where Roman Reigns returned. And you know where me and my homegirl was sitting, it makes sense. It was a little pricey, but it was like super duper pricey for essentially just a regular ass episode. I live in New York, so it was at MSG, so I get it, you know. But at the same time, like even just trying to like go to I was excited. I was like, oh man, where's WrestleMania going to be this year? It's gonna be in Vegas. Bless you. I was like, it's gonna be in Vegas. All right, cool. That's pricey. But then also at the same time, the price was just crazy. Like even there were some celebrities that I know are a fan of wrestling, and they were talking about them buying seats, and they even after that they were like that wasn't worth it, and they make money all the fucking time, you know. So it's just like yeah, I just think like the heart of the brand is definitely is suffering. I've seen some people on like TikTok and on Twitter being like, "Yo, we predict that within the next 3 to 5 years, we're gonna really see a big downswing when it comes to WWE." I don't know because I can't predict the future on that, but I definitely I'm definitely seeing the opinion on the product change, um,
I don't
and people's attitude towards it change a little bit.
I don't think that it's gonna be 3 to 5 years, but it's definitely gonna come. What I
Yeah.
mean by that is so the reason why they're able to leave the country and make so much money now is because they're going to places where it's new, it's fresh, it still has the new car scent. You know what I mean? But when the new car scent wears off and they're having these matches and having these events all the time, that people are not gonna pay. Then it's gonna be like it was back in the States. So then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So then it's gonna be a situation of they're not gonna be able to pull the money that they're pulling now because it's still fresh.
Mhm.
And so I predict we have WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. We're probably gonna have one we're probably gonna have one in somewhere near Glasgow, and then um, probably Paris. But once they have expended all of that, and once it becomes a regular thing, sh- once having shows there becomes a regular thing, then they're not going to be able to get the money that they've been getting. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just it's one of those things, and I get it. It's they can do it now because it's fresh and it's new, and people have been wanting it for a long time. So and it's happening, so people are 100% behind it. But yeah, it's the downswing is definitely going to come, but I don't think 3 to 5 years is going to be enough time for it to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And you're totally correct because I mean, like, I'm just even you talking about it, I'm thinking about it like when they eventually have that WrestleMania in like Paris or like
Mm-hmm.
Lyon, France or something like that, that's gonna go insane. That's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go because like
Because
Paris is
that
definitely
crowd in Lyon is nuts.
yeah. I was about to say like Paris
I'm
is
I'm gonna
probably one
have
of my
to
favorite crowds.
I'm gonna have to use that as an excuse to Tony. We need to go visit your cousins because one of his cousins actually does live in
Hmm.
over in France. So
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
we gotta go visit.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that. Like those, I would love to see that because that was. I feel like for me, the France crowds are probably one of my favorite crowds, and all the Spanish speaking crowds are also some of my favorite crowds because they just get it, you know. And I'm super excited to see how they do in Australia because I think they're gonna have a pay per view in Australia this year.
Yeah, Crown
Um,
Jewel,
yeah,
Perth.
yeah, exactly. That's gonna be sick. So you know,
This will be their second Australia pay per view.
yeah, and I mean, they're lucky that they have the biggest wrestler in the world on their roster that's from Australia. You know what I mean? So that's gonna get a crazy draw regardless. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like, it's definitely we have to see how well they do putting their actual really big pay per view events and not just like a random, you know what I mean, like a Saturday
Right.
night main event over there and
Mm-hmm.
see how they do. But yeah, I wish they cared as much about the product as they did about the profit, you
Right.
know? And people can only tolerate so much, you know,
Because
especially when you have other promotions having more affordable tickets and more people are trying to like, all right, well, compared to spending this amount of money on this promotion, you know, I can pay a fraction of that and still see some of the best wrestlers in the world do their thing. And, you know, yeah, yeah.
from the way I see it, when WrestleMania happens in the States, it will probably almost exclusively be in Vegas.
Vegas.
And
That's
then
the
and then
rumors is that they're just gonna be ping ponging between Vegas and Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia is gonna have the biggest like bid every year, and they're
Yeah.
gonna go where the money is gonna take, like where the money is.
right, because
Yeah.
it's the Prince of Saudi Arabia bidding. So like
Man.
there's no way to like financially
Outbid
beat that.
him.
Right.
No, you're not
So
going to.
so and then they pulled a bunch of their house shows because back in the day you could live in a small town and every couple of years you'd get a house show, if not in your town, at least somewhere near your town, and the tickets would be you know fairly inexpensive
Hmm.
to
Heck,
make up.
every year Columbia would have a SmackDown, and I just looked at I looked at the rest of the year's calendar for WWE. They're not coming to Columbia. They're only going to
Mm-mm.
Greenville this year.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
then what they're doing is a lot of the places that they would have shows, they're getting the house shows, and then the small places that used to have the house shows, they're just not going to get any.
They
Yeah.
might
And
get
so
NXT.
Yeah. Which is great because like the NXT roster, men and women's, is cooking, but like you know a lot of those folks want to see the main roster, you know.
Right.
And I think that's so unfortunate because I'm like, if you're really trying to um connect with your fan base and build some lifelong fans, you know, like I mean, I don't want to compare it to like, you know, musicians, but I mean like every musician, especially like the super big ones, you know, they're gonna do like some sort of like a college tour or go to like a smaller town. I mean, they're not gonna
Mhm.
always go to I mean, I guess like if you think about like a Beyonce, then of course they're gonna mainly do stadiums. But like let's say someone like a J. Cole. You know what I mean? J. Cole, I feel like is a good example. Like J. Cole can do stadiums all the time, whatever he wants. He definitely has that fan base. But
Mhm.
he also does the Dollar and a Dream tour. And he goes to smaller, you know, cities and goes to colleges and make the prices more affordable so people can see their favorite artists and their favorite openers, you know? And
Right.
because like you want to keep that fan base that built you up and made you the star of the company that you are right now, you
Mhm.
know? And I think that's a mindset, you know, WWE should still have because I feel like a lot of fans have been fans for a long time and a lot of newer fans crave that, you know?
Right.
And like if you think about this, like the average uh, you know, working class person, I don't even want to say American, but I'm like, you know, you are working your ass off to afford the tickets to see your favorite thing in the world, you know? And even if you take a long time to save up, like you don't want to have to spend like all your bread just to, you know, just to go to a
Mhm.
show, you know? Because
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, like, I'm glad I can go to like some indie shows out here. Like, shout out to House of Glory Wrestling. Like, usually whenever like HOG has a event out here, I can take a nice little $2 train ride to Queens and pull up, and I can spend $30, and I'm right on. I'm like damn near on the apron, you know.
Right.
And that's dope because you know there's like the smaller local wrestlers, and then you'll get like I saw Mercedes Monet at a House of Glory show, you know? So
Mhm.
you get that type of like mix of people. Um, so yeah, I think it would behoove them to cater to a more working class fan because I think those are the ones that are driving the clicks and buying the merch and wanting to show up, you know? And I think that fan base is really important compared to an oligarch, you
And
know,
and that's
or
Hey,
like
and
a
hey,
and
person.
that's where
TKO, take notes. TKO, we know y'all are watching. Like, or whichever one of the WWE writers is who's
Mhm.
watching,
Yeah.
send it to your bosses.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of wrestling, and I've been to all kinds. I've been
No
to
ID,
Raw,
we
I've
know
been to
you're here.
SmackDown. I've been to Raw. I've been to Raw. I've been to SmackDown. I've been to HOG shows and random stuff. Like you know, I've seen it all, the indies and the mainstream, and I feel like, you know, even though I enjoyed everything I've watched, like
Mhm.
you know, right now I will go to an indie show over a Raw. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
like happening in my city. You know, just because like I can watch for free on my television as opposed to like shelling out most of my funds just to be in the nosebleeds. You know, so
Facts.
yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
where AEW wins. AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan, whenever they
Mhm.
come. Because I don't even think New Japan did their stateside show this year.
I would love to see some
But
Japanese wrestling. Like that would
listen,
be so
hey,
sick.
look, I went. Look,
Man.
bro, New Japan stateside show is dope.
Mhm.
I know you're an anime fan. There's
Mhm.
an that there's an anime called Tiger Mask, right?
I've heard of it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw Tiger Mask wrestle IRL.
I would have freaked. I would have freaked out, dude. I
Bro,
promise you. Yeah.
bro, when I tell you it was one of the most surreal moments, like, cause I watched like the old school Tiger Mask. I watched I'm still trying to catch up on the newer one.
Mhm.
Um, and it's one of the only true pure wrestling animes that's out there.
Mhm.
Um, and so to see that IRL play out and the crowd go crazy for what you would think of as like simple moves from like the 80s. is nuts. Cause they don't do the glitz and the glamour. They don't do all the pyro and all of that. They get in there and they fight.
It's pure graps. It's pure graps. I love it.
Yeah, like it's dope. I went to when I was on a cruise. I went on a cruise to Mexico, and I took in a luchador show over there, and that was dope. Went to a Ring of Honor show and saw Athena fight in real life, and that was amazing. I saw Keith Lee.
Shout out to Keith
I
Lee.
saw Keith
Jealous?
Lee. I saw Keith Lee fight, and his mom was in the crowd, and she stole the show. She told this man while he was in the ring, either you whoop his ass or I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I love that. I love that.
Speaking of Keith Lee, I don't know if any of y'all heard, but there's a rumor going around that amid his absence from AEW TV, he has retired.
Yeah, I think I saw him tweet recently, like within like the last 2 days, and he was saying like, I think he was alluding to like I will return in the ring, but like I can't give a straight up timeline. Like I think he's just enjoying his time off and just being a regular person,
Valid.
I would love to see him in the ring because like I've been watching, I've seen highlights and just like random stuff, especially from his NXT run, and I'm like, God damn, how can you like?
Nobody
why does he
can
not
nobody
have
can book him
any
right.
belts? I was
Nobody
like,
can.
oh, but he should have every belt, including the Diva belt. You know what I mean? Like bring old belts back and put it on him because I'm just like a dude his size should not be able to move like that, do the things that he does. Everything looks brutal. Like I forgot what match I was watching, but he did some crazy ass super bomb suplex, and I was like, this is insane. Like, how is anybody in real life getting up from this, whether that ground is padded or not? I was just like, this is incredible. So I would love to see him live. Like I was excited to see Kenny Omega return because I heard so much about him, and I was like going back and watching his New Japan stuff. So when he returned to AEW and he was doing like the stuff that he was doing, I was so hyped because I was like, now I get why people call him the GOAT, because it was just incredible to see. So, Keith Lee is definitely one of those people that I know has been on hiatus for a minute, and I would love to see just like at least one last run just so I can see him live.
Bro,
'Cause he's just so good.
I knew he was gonna be a problem when he came in the ring. I think it was a Royal Rumble or something, a Battle Royal. And he was standing across the ring, I think from Brock Lesnar. And he hit Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was like, God damn. Like, you know what I mean? And when he was standing across the ring from Roman and we got that moment, everybody just knew that we were gonna get a proper like program between him and Roman. Like they could have done so much with him and just didn't. We got a raid from Curls, and my eyes are burning. Woo.
Welcome in, Raiders.
We got Raiders.
Welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome in. Curls, how you doing? Slathered up in baby oil. What the hell happened over in your stream?
What's up?
What was going on in your stream? Y'all came in here slathered in baby oil, sliding it into the. What is going on? No, come back here. Come back here. We got to talk about that.
Now,
No,
what movie were you watching? It was one of them little freaky films.
they probably was watching one of them freaky films on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of
No,
Tubi,
okay, so
speaking of
Not a
Tubi,
Tubi movie.
did y'all know that they made 3 Popeye the Sailor horror movies?
I beg your finest of
Huh?
pardon.
Is that what we were watching the other day?
Yes.
Told you. I joined Discord and then I go to sleep.
I blame Kage, but yes, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a Kage thing. Shout out to my 20, but that sounds like a Kage thing.
No, not not that Kage. Not Kage
Oh,
boy.
okay.
Kage
Okay.
sensei.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's just a pattern with people named Kage. Okay.
Basically, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man. But yeah, man, they didn't nobody can figure out or knows how to book him is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel like that's usually the case with a very powerful, well, like super talented wrestler. I mean, I it's hard. It's hard. I feel like there's a lot of demons when it comes to pro wrestling, and you just got to find the right promotion that can handle your energy and your talent. You know, because I've seen that time and time again. You know, even most recently with New Catch Republic. I think that was her name, like Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates. Like they're
yeah.
super talented. Have not seen them in a minute. I think both of them are.
You have
El
seen
Grande.
them.
You've seen
Yeah, I
them.
think both of them are. Let's say I think both of them are under a mask right now. When
Yeah.
they should not be. You know what I mean? Not to break kayfabe, but like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I wish it was different. You know, I wish they just let these wrestlers do their thing and not have to put them on the shelf or give them a dumb gimmick in order to just like show them on television. Just like let them do their thing, and you know.
So I was starting to think at one point in time, them making Ludwig Kaiser El Grande Americano was some type of punishment because apparently him and Tiffany Stratton broke up. Like she deleted every single Insta post with him in it.
Oh, okay.
But like he's turned it around. If it was a punishment, he's turned it around into something
Oh, he's
else.
extremely over in Mexico. And just extremely over in general. But he goes over to AAA and they love him. So shout out to him for turning that around. Because that's another person that's like just like the perfect specimen as a wrestler. And he should be over on the moon. But you know, they have him again doing a dumb gimmick. And it's so unfortunate to see, you know?
Yeah, I hate that for him. I really hate that for him because he is so good. I Pete Dunne is another one. Like, but I get it. Not everybody can't get the rocket, right? But Jesus, like,
Yeah.
But also, where are the tag teams on Monday Night Raw?
Man, don't even get me started, bro.
Like
It's just
they took a tag team, put masks on them for them to do the point thing for the meme.
it stresses me out. The tag team division stresses me out. I love the fact that I get at least
what tag team division?
That there is no. It's Judgment Day.
Yeah.
What tag team division? We got a tag team division.
It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul.
Where
bro.
are the Viking Raiders? Where's New Catch Republic? New Day. I mean Kofi. I mean Woods is out right now because of the neck thing that he had surgery for. I don't know how. Like that image that he posted, that was a large something. It was creepy. I don't know why he would post that.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
What other tag teams do they have?
On Raw, I don't know. SmackDown, they're stacked. It seems like, but you know.
And it used
Raw,
to be the opposite. That SmackDown was always the one that got the short end of the stick.
I think it might have something to do with the two different deals.
Is it
And
the USA Network deal versus the Netflix deal?
probably
Or
and them wanting certain wrestlers on certain programming. And
Okay.
I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense to me.
yeah,
Otherwise, I would just have to say they all just back in the back smoking crack.
because I was
You
about
know,
to say, because they have Seth, Becky, Punk, like AJ, all on every single show now.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what's gonna air. You're most
They
likely
got
gonna
Cena
see.
on every show. They've
Yeah.
got Roman showing up to whatever show he wants to show up to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is no brand split anymore. The only people who should be traveling across the shows is Charlotte and Alexa Bliss right now. And they're not even doing that. They're only on SmackDown.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't even want to talk about the women's tag team division because that's non-existent. It's Alexa Bliss and Charlotte and the Secret Service. Last time I checked, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and
Because they were trying to do something with BFAB and Mia Yim. They had Natty paired with Maxine Dupree.
I mean,
Judgment
now,
Day.
and now they have
the Kabuki Warriors.
They have Julia and Kiana James now, or unless they're on SmackDown. But
They're on SmackDown.
Okay,
But
but it's just,
I'm just listing off all the tag teams in general for the women's
Yeah.
division, which they don't have very many.
man, they had an opportunity to really have a
let's see.
strong tag team
Fatal
division.
Influence on in NXT. Yeah, Fatal Influence is the only, and Sol Ruka and Zarya in NXT. Like those
Yeah.
are the only tag teams they really have.
Yeah, which is so unfortunate because I feel like they could have had a whole bunch, and then they just can't. They really gutted that women's division on all three brands, which is insane. Like I would have loved to see Candice LeRae have a dope partner, and they're gone. Lash Legend could have had a dope partner, and she's gone.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez could have had a dope partner, and she's gone. You know what I mean? It's like a whole bunch of people that like already was established at having good partners. Shout out to Mara Sade and Cora Jade and everybody, but it's just like it just makes no sense to me. And
Heck,
and
they
I
got
get
rid
it.
of a legitimate tag team with Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter. Like,
Yeah, the
and now
last homegrown
Caden Carter's now with Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
Or at least she made an appearance at Ring of Honor. There's no
and that was like
telling
the
if
last
she's
like
actually
home
signed.
Yeah, like the last homegrown actual like team, and not just like, oh, these two people are popular, let's put them together. So
right.
that's really disheartening. Like I wish there was a better tag team division all around, but like especially in the women's division, like it just makes no sense to me. But yeah, I think that also comes back to my original thing where like that when you see certain people team up, it's more of a money draw than like a chemistry draw. So then you got to have those awkward times where like it's very noticeable that they're trying to figure their in-ring chemistry out despite them being over, and then that just leads to weird matches and stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
I just need Alexa Bliss and Charlotte to get on like a page with each other of have at least similar color schemes of your gear. I don't care if y'all match. Just give us a similar color scheme.
Little something.
Like they've already got the chemistry with each other down. Because like Charlotte actually did say if she had to tag with anybody, it would be Bliss. Like it would be her. Like she would have Alexa be her tag partner. I need y'all to show it with a little bit of something. Like give Alexa a robe. Give Alexa a robe, but make it fiendish. Like make it all black with like her leather jacket style. And I'd be happy.
I don't know if a robe on Bliss would be pushing it. I think, like just her demeanor and personality. I don't see her coming to the ring in a robe. I honestly don't.
Valid. That's just me throwing something out there.
It it would be more. It
Be
would
more
be
interesting to put Charlotte in a leather jacket,
or
probably.
or make or give Charlotte the fiendish robe. Like that would that would work.
That would eat. That would eat, honestly.
All black robe, red feathers. Ooh. I'm giving myself ideas.
Lace, leather, and chains.
I am giving
That'd be
myself ideas.
That'd be
Thank you.
sick.
Let me go on my notes real quick. I need to start making some gear anyway.
But yeah,
I got a couple of people's gear I gotta work on this weekend.
Oh hell yeah!
So one thing from this week that made me laugh because Booker T did the commentary for I think SmackDown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of the show, I forget the guy's name, the co-host for that show.
Was it Corey Graves?
No, it was what's his name? He's on NXT.
Yeah.
He's
Does
one
it
of the
start with a V?
NXT people. I'm trying to remember who it is. I know who it is off from his voice, but I don't remember his name.
He said he was introducing Booker T, and he told Booker T, or he called Booker T the worst, the worst general manager.
Yeah.
The worst general manager. And Booker T looked at him and told him, "We 10 minutes in, and you about to get your ass with."
He also called him Unk, and that was such an Unk response too. So
Yeah,
you know.
The man said,
Vic Joseph.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
He said, "We 10 minutes in, you about to get your ass whooped already. Do your damn job." That shit was funny. That was hilarious. I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's a lot that happened in this week of wrestling, but it's not very much that I care about. Like,
yeah.
And
I feel like
that's
the issue, right?
Yeah, that is definitely the issue. Like we got the Usos doing stuff. Jay is kind of showing like a half heel thing going on.
But
But
didn't
it's
they
like
do this already with having him be a heel, or it already feels like they're prepping for a split with the Usos already, with them already disagreeing.
Yeah,
And it's
I think
what was
like
the
the
point
thing
of
they're
putting
doing.
them back together if you're already gonna have them disagreeing on stuff? Like I get it, siblings fight and argue, but not that quickly.
I think
they're trying to revisit the whole idea of being champion corrupts you within the bloodline. You know what I mean? Or he's like acting more like Roman and stuff like that and stepping up, because they tried it with Solo. It didn't really work, you know what I mean? I mean, Solo's over now, but at the time when he was doing the whole new bloodline thing, he was hated, super duper hated, real heat. So I think that's what they're trying to do now. I think it's going to be tough because Jay is just so over, especially with the kids. I don't know, man. I mean, you saw how it did with Cena. Like Cena was a hill, people still loved him, despite everything. But with Jey Uso, I'm a little nervous for them to embrace full on, crash out Jey Uso just because he's just so well loved right now. But I think story wise, that's really compelling.
The issue with Cena's heel turn is they waited too
Way
fucking
too long.
long.
Yeah, way
We
too
wanted a Cena heel turn like 10 years ago.
long. There's no way to do that properly in 10 to 12 dates. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's all gonna be rushed, which it felt like it was. You know what I mean? Like it came out of nowhere and it was just
like
stupid.
an RKO. Mute me.
This
I deserve it. I deserve it.
This might be Yates's last episode, let me tell you. One thing that I do like that came out of it. I don't have that command any. One thing that I do like is the Bailey of it all.
Yeah.
This direction that Bailey's going, where you got like half hugger Bailey, half heel Bailey, half like that shit.
I absolutely loved it.
Thank God, because the way I was so bored every single time I saw Bailey is nasty in the ring, right? And around the time I first got into wrestling was during the time that she was splitting off from Damage Control and becoming, women's world champion. So I was already on board. And then she just got so boring. And I was like, every single time that she popped up on my screen, I groaned. Up until recently, where they actually are giving her a interesting character and an interesting story, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, like now the in-ring talent that everybody knows that she has is matching with the out-of-ring talent that she has, and I'm not like bored, like seeing her. Like, she's another one of those wrestlers that you're gonna get a guaranteed banger out of,
Right?
And she's definitely one of those like workhorse wrestlers. But I think the big thing that I think a lot of people need to remember, especially when you're watching, like, I guess WWE style of wrestling, I should say, is that like in ring and character work is needs to work in tandem and needs to be interesting, and like the story needs to be interesting for me to like care, because like I mean, like I said, Bailey's a perfect example. Like when I first got into wrestling, she was on fire, and I love seeing her win that championship, and I love seeing the split between Damage Control and that whole storyline. And then after that, I was just like, I don't care anymore. And I just kind of just want to see Io. And, I just wanted to see Dakota. You know what I mean? Like, and I wish they did more with her, but that's another story. But yeah, I'm glad that she has this version of her. I'm glad that they're giving her a chance to really like act and be interesting. I'm glad that like before I was thinking like, damn, this Lyra Bailey feud is really running its course, and I don't care, but like now I do. Even like watching the highlights from this past week, like Lyra has been on point on camera, and I actually care about what Lyra does. Another person that you're definitely going to get a guaranteed banger out of. Like, okay, Bird Lady, give me more.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So I think like her
I
facial
want her to give us
expressions
more with her promos.
Yeah, and I'm glad that she started out being under someone like Becky and Bailey, but especially Becky, because Becky's so lethal on the mic and she's great. So like, I'm glad that she got that chance to learn under them, because they're both vicious on the mic, and both Bailey and Becky. So you're seeing the growth now with Lyra. But even with the character work, like if you go back and watch like the backstage promo with Lyra and Bailey, like Lyra's facial expressions were perfect, and just like you're like, it's believable, and like like she went from being like a crash out to being like, oh, I'm actually genuinely concerned for this human being, and now I need to see how I can help her,
Right.
And I think that's something that is really interesting and compelling. So yeah.
Well, I've always said
there's no helping Bailey now. The only person I think who could help Bailey mentally is AJ Lee.
I think so too. I think so too.
Like, you saw she was wearing an AJ shirt when she was going crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
She was waiting to be able to wear an AJ shirt again.
She, I say this all the time, in regards to the overarching premise of what you're talking about. WWE is in retrospect, is a TV show about wrestling.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
AEW and the likes thereof are indie shows that just happen to be on TV.
I think that's the perfect description, actually. Like how I feel about AEW, like watching it, it does feel like that.
So, I say all that to say that when talking about WWE, that's why it has to be so on point when it comes to the character development and having the in-ring work match the character, and both the in-ring and mic skills have to kind of be on par. It's because one is highly produced. One is a TV show, like I said, that's about wrestling. And all of that matters, where you could kind of get away with that in AEW. Perfect example. And I don't mean to call my boy out, but Ricochet. Ricochet is not as good on the mic as he thinks he is. But it doesn't matter.
I will say he's better now.
Yes. Yes. But he can get away with it because of what AEW is. Even as better as he is now, it's not WWE good yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they would still not give him a shot. They would still not, you know what I mean? Because he's just not there.
Yeah. If he was still on the WWE roster, he would be in Intercontinental Champion, USA Champion territory still, and probably until he retired if he stayed there, as opposed to AEW, where I feel like at a certain point I can really see them giving him a world championship at a certain point, you know? So yeah. Man, shout out to Ricochet. I'm going back and doing more history on him, and recently they showed some highlights from the Will Ospreay versus Ricochet match that like revolutionized everything. And I'm like, God damn, he is influential as fuck. And he, as annoying as he is as a troll online, he can 100,000% talk his shit and back it up, because he is still operating on that level as he was 10, 15 years ago. And I'm so glad that he's gotten more comfortable on the mic and also found a way to be comedic and annoying and believable, because like I'm watching his promos now, and I'm glad he has like his whole little faction with him too over at AEW, and like him doing the Jada Kiss laugh and just being a troll, I think is perfect for him, you know, because like you're just like, you love to hate that guy, but then like he hops in the ring and he has no weak matches over at AEW, you know what I mean? Like it's great seeing.
But he didn't have weak matches in WWE. That's
true too. That's true too.
His matches were never the issue.
Yeah, his mic skills.
Yeah, I don't know what changed over at AEW, or who gave him that, like, hey, maybe you should do this. Maybe it was Swerve, maybe it was Mark Briscoe, maybe whoever it was, but whoever told him like, hey, just kind of embrace that more trolly side and just go from there.
Possibility that it's because it's not as heavily scripted.
Yeah, like, you know what? You're right.
WWE has a full team of writers.
Mm-hmm.
none of which have ever been wrestlers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that is a major issue in WWE as far as their script writers. None of them have any type of in-ring experience.
Yeah.
So they have TV experience. They need to have former wrestlers in the writers' room to help write those scripts.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. Which is crazy that they haven't
have a comedy writer, have a soap opera, like somebody from a soap opera, have somebody with wrestling knowledge, all in the writers' room together.
Right.
Yeah.
And you should be that should be enough, maybe get somebody who has some experience with horror.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Supernatural, sci-fi, like, there are a bunch of different genres that you need to have somebody who's versed in each one of them to be able to pull from.
I agree.
Instead of just having a soap opera writer or somebody who's written on comedies, like,
or just having Triple
or
H.
a general writer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or just having like someone like Triple H who's, career has built around him being dominant for most of his career. So like he only really knows how to. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely agree. Yeah, they just need more, I guess, diversity in that writers' room, because I've seen some clips and stuff from like Unreal, and it's just a bunch of guys that
They
I don't
need
think
more
I've ever
they need
seen.
more diversity in general, not just
That is
the
true.
diversity of, different genres of writing. They need a bigger pool of writers.
Yeah. I
don't
think
know.
the only person that's in the
I
writers' room.
haven't seen
Yeah.
much of Unreal, like, but do they have any women in the writing room?
Blue
don't think
DEI
so.
is crazy.
In my pro wrestling, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Ridiculous.
But no, I think the only
Sorry, I said the bad word.
Diversity?
I'm gonna get us canceled now.
I think the only pro wrestler that's in the writing room right now is Michael Hayes. And to be perfectly honest, he's not who I would think. He's not who I would think about when I'm looking for stories that work. Because yes, he was one part of a historic tag team or an historic faction. But for people that watched back then, name a dope storyline that they were a part of. You know what I mean? Like, that's like
valid.
That's like
I wasn't watching back then, so I couldn't tell you.
I'm like looking at it. Okay, so yeah, I don't even going back, and I'm looking at like random 80s, 90s wrestlers. I don't think I've ever heard of these guys. So hey, good for him, man. Good for him. I just got here. But
he's just not, and no shade to him. Everybody got to eat, everybody got to work, and they asked him, he said yes. You know what I mean? I would have done the same thing. But at the same time, he's just not who I would go to for storylines. It's just not something that I would have done.
And just hiring people from DX is not enough.
No.
Even though I love HBK, and he's, in my mind, never wrong. Me and
DX
HBK
is
got
currently
the same Instagram For You page.
DX is currently on this, basically running WWE now. You got Triple H, who is who basically is the guy. You got Shawn Michaels, who is the guy over at NXT. X-Pac is
I think he's
like a
doing
lead,
LFG.
like a lead producer for like LFG or something like that.
Is he the producer for? Is he one of the producers for Evolve?
I gotta check. I saw somebody tweet about it recently, talking about how DX runs WWE, and they broke it all down. I gotta find it.
So I'm looking at the list of producers in general for the main roster are Billy Kidman, Chris Parks, which was Abyss,
Right.
Jamie Noble, Jason Jordan, Kenny Dijkstraka. I don't know if I said his name right. It looked like he was a trainer for the PC. Michael Hayes, Molly Holly, Petey Williams, Bobby Roode, Shane Helms, Sean Davari, and TJ
Oh no,
are the main roster producers.
he
As
is
far
the
as like the doing like the stuff, like actually putting together the matches.
so X-Pac is the talent scouting and evaluation guy for NXT.
And NXT only has one producer, it looks like. Ryan Katz.
Yeah, Sean Waltman, aka X-Pac, is talent scouting and evaluation for NXT.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. Like they are running the circus.
Yeah.
Because I think even
So the wild thing is, apparently Jason Jordan is the lead producer. Like as far as the main roster goes, according to Wikipedia.
and Jesse James, aka Road Dogg, is the senior vice president of live events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and I think another one of them is the head coach for WWE ID.
Yeah, who is that? I can't remember who that is.
I found the tweet, so like I can send y'all the tweet and then y'all can see, because I can't put a name to the face.
Go ahead.
Also, if we need to blame anybody for the stuff going on with Raw, I blame Drake Maverick. He's one of the writers, and I will always blame Drake Maverick.
I know we can thank Michael Hayes for the Jey Uso run. Because he publicly came out and said it, and nobody was messing with that. Spartan, happy birthday, Sparty.
That was good. Sparty.
But yeah,
Happy birthday.
You might as well just own it now, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, Gemini means 2 faces, 2 birthdays.
Right.
So, yeah. In the beginning of the summer and the end of the summer.
But yeah, man. I don't know. In thinking about like WrestlePalooza, I
Mhm.
there is
The only match I care about is
the
the
AJ
yeah.
only because I want to see AJ Lee wrestle again.
Yeah.
Like, and
No,
that's
honestly, dead ass.
like,
Because I'm just so curious as to how she's gonna be, you know. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. I think she's gonna do well, but I also think and this is just something I've been thinking about and just seeing people tweet about, you know, like wrestling while she was active and also around the time that she left was especially in the women's division has been very different
mhm.
since she's been absent. You know, a lot of these young men and women don't wrestle the same. And I don't know if she did a lot of stuff on the indies or whatever, or she even kept up with like I mean, she obviously kept up with the fitness because you know
Them
her
abs
abs
are
are
incredible.
crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair status abs. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's not like she's not in shape, but I do think
Put her in a
you
match
know,
with
just
those
this
two based on abs alone. Just
yeah, exactly. Have an ab off. I want to see what that looks like personally. But I do for real think that it like that's this current era, especially with the women's roster of wrestling, is very different.
yeah.
And especially now in general, we have such a I think the roster is diverse enough that there's many different styles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if she wrestled a lot of luchadors or people that were over in New Japan or you know what I mean. Like
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think AJ really wrestled many other styles cuz she was mainly with WWE, like, you know,
Right.
FCW, then NXT, then the NXT game show, and then Raw and
yeah.
SmackDown.
Because
So you
I
know,
know
like
after she left WWE, she basically didn't do any wrestling.
yeah,
She
yeah,
she did exactly what she said she did. She went on her fitness journey, went and did therapy and wrote the book and um, things of that nature. It wasn't so much of a um, you know, popping up at
Go
the end.
somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody else who leaves the company, they end up going
So
and, you
I mean,
know, wrestling the indies or going to another company.
right.
man, so I am excited to see how she does against a Becky Lynch who has gone up against an Asuka and a EO and all that a Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? Like all these different people that have all these. I would love to see her go up against a Julia or a Stephanie Vaquer who has a more stiff style of wrestling. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I I'm just curious. I think her going up against Becky is perfect because, like I said, I mean, if Bianca was there, I think she would have gone against a Bianca, not even on some like hero versus villain type shit. Like I think it's just two popular wrestlers that it would just be cool to see together. But like even then, you know, like Bianca is more of a homegrown PC wrestler. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
she went through the whole thing, but Bianca has gone up against some demons. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like she can perfectly adapt to any type of style. I mean, if you know, shout out to Naomi who's on maternity leave, but Naomi, like, I think Naomi's the perfect example because she's wrestled against AJ. You know,
Mm-hmm.
since AJ's been gone, Naomi has wrestled all these people all around the world and had to adapt to different styles. It's just like the type of wrestlers she was going up against in her diva days are not the same people that she
Right.
was wrestling up against a month and a half ago. You
And
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
also you have to also think that women in their matches are not as quote unquote protected as they used to be during the diva era either. Like
Mm.
these
Mhm.
women get out there and
They're
they
allowed to do
right,
the things that they wanted to do.
right, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they
they getting
wanted to do the things that they're getting to do now, but they
they're
were
getting
told, no,
they
you're not
they're
allowed
out
to
there
be that
getting
athletic.
busted open and going the hard way now, like,
Yeah.
and so
I yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad that it seems like her deal is a multi-year deal. So I need to see her run that whole entire gamut. You know what I mean? I need
yeah,
to see have her go up against Chelsea Green, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer. When Naomi eventually comes back, have her go against Naomi. I love to see Rhea. I need her go up against when Jordan Grace gets called up, have her go against
Oh,
Jordan
that's gonna
Grace.
be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
gonna be
would love
crazy.
to see a so. I mean, I'm even thinking of just like the NXT women that are
Mhm.
going crazy right
Heck,
now.
I feel like AJ would willingly go to NXT to face some of them.
Word, same.
Like she
same.
went
I
to
just
she went to NXT as the Divas champion back in the day.
Mhm.
Like
yeah.
she,
But I'm
I know she wouldn't mind going to
yeah.
NXT
I just want to see how she does
to
and just, like,
wrestle and to tune up and stuff like that.
yeah. Because I mean, even most recently, I was watching the highlights right before this. Like, she got hit with a crazy choke slam from Becky, and I'm just like, dang, when was the last time?
Yeah.
Was Nikki Bella doing that on her? You know what I mean? Like, I
Nah.
was
No.
like, you know
No.
what
But
I'm saying?
also,
Like, and I'm genuinely
Like
asking because I haven't really like I know AJ Lee
no,
is
Nikki was
amazing,
not like Nikki wasn't like she was the only powerhouse at that time if I'm not mistaken, but she wasn't hitting
hilarious.
stuff that hard.
right.
Yeah.
But also,
And to
what?
her credit, like she's done decent since she came back with the few matches that they've had her do.
Which
Minus that
surprised me.
one spot with Becky, which is Becky's fault because she's hit that move perfectly every other time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
But
also,
people
what
are
better?
still saying that it was her fault
Mm-hmm.
because it's Nikki. They're gonna blame her.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, we're WrestlePalooza. The full card. It should be fine. It's textbook WWE. They booked it correctly in a way where it's like like it's gonna be a draw regardless. But like I said in the beginning of the show, like I'm definitely more excited for All Out.
So I am excited for Io versus Stephanie.
That's gonna be great.
I
Yeah.
actually did learn through an interview she just recently did, like her face paint that she does on like on the side of her face
Mhm.
is actually from the Japanese, like the Japanese, like how they, like if you break up a dish or something and they put it back together with like the gold paint and like it's supposed to make it stronger or whatever. That's actually the reasoning for her face paint, is because like her one time in Mexico, she literally broke her face. Like she took a knee to the face that like broke her face.
Mm.
So like she does like the face paint as like, symbolically like, making her face stronger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot
pretty
what the
dope.
name of the like the actual thing is, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was watching bits and pieces of that interview today.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at the card. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee, which is gonna be dope. Io versus Steph, which is gonna be dope. The Usos versus the Brawns, which I think will be.
Meh.
I like it because you know what I like it because I know the Usos relationships with both of the Brawns because I know outside of the ring they work out with each other and they hang out with each other, and I feel like a lot of the times like the people from that family is not going to work with you if they don't like you,
Right.
So they definitely like both Brawns, and I think they're gonna like do well. Even though that's probably not on the top of my list of what I'm like super duper excited for. And then John Cena versus Bro. And that's gonna you know what I mean?
I'm awake.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait,
That's what's gonna happen on Saturday.
Cody versus Drew. Cody
Oh,
versus
yeah.
Drew. I'm always excited for both of them. You know what I mean?
So Kenny, what were your thoughts on the tweet from Drew?
I want his ass.
I was just waiting for the right time to ask.
It could have used a better phrasing. It definitely could have used better phrasing.
I think it was
He
perfect.
phrased it perfectly.
That
As a
man,
straight man, I love how gay wrestling is. It is my
And
favorite.
there are so many edits already on TikTok of the tweet with just shots of Cody's ass. Like
Cody's
people are
caked up.
running with it.
I can't deny it. Cody's caked up. So I love it. Drew knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
Drew
I'm
has
on board.
always been a menace. Always and forever.
One of the best heels in the business. It's
when he was
hilarious,
feuding.
I'm looking for that.
When he was feuding with CM Punk, riding through the parking lot, bumping "Not Like Us," bro. Like
he just gets it. He just
heelish
gets it.
behavior.
He just gets it. Like him, Dom, Seth, perfect heels. You know what I mean? They just understand the game and they're having fun doing it. And you're gonna get a banger out of all three of them, no matter what. And the thing that I also love about Cody is that I keep on forgetting that man is a freaking maniac. There's times I see highlights from the matches he's done over the past couple of years. I'm like, oh, he's an insane person. Like you would think like, oh, he's basically, Homelander, Superman or whatever, like our version of like, the perfect baby face. And then he gets in that ring and just loses his mind, especially like against the proper person. You know what I mean? I was saying most recent memory, if you go back and watch him going against Kevin Owens, some of those spots, I'm like, you are insane.
I bet you
like,
if
Cody Rhodes
ever shaved his head, it would tell a whole story. Because the way that man's head's got to be scarred up by now.
Man, it's just that's why I do love watching Cody Rhodes because against that right person, he's gonna do something insane. You're like, brother, you're 40. Please just relax. You don't have to go to the top of the cage and front flip off. It's okay. Just So
I mean,
yeah,
I wish somebody would have told that to Jacob Fatu before he injured himself.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because Buddy will do moonsaults off the top of the cage and be like, let's do it again.
Yeah. No. When I talk about my favorite demon for real in that ring, the Simone Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Absolutely love and adore that man. He is crazy and Bay Area to the core, and let him do whatever.
And I tell people all the time, like, what y'all see in WWE is a fraction of what he was doing in the Indies.
I watched
and he was doing that. He was doing that almost 50 pounds heavier. Like, bro, he's a monster.
him and Javon Evans are the two wrestlers that I got put on early enough right before they signed to WWE. So I saw a lot of I was familiar with them because of their indie work. And it makes me so happy seeing them getting the rocket strapped onto them because I was like, oh, I watched Javon in DPW. I watched, Jacob Fatu on the indies going up against Hammerstone and everybody. Like I understand how crazy they are.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're getting the chance to shine and do what they got to do. Cause I saw them just early enough to really see them in their, in their element. And that makes me happy.
Yeah. Bro. Also, the promos that Jay was cutting, I mean, not Jay, that Jacob was cutting in MLW were and then I believe him and what's Buddy's name? One of the Tungans. Him and one of the Tungans were had a storyline going on in the house shows where they were cutting promos for house shows, and some of the most real gritty promos you'll ever the first time I heard that man say, "Bitch, I'll dog walk your ass, boy."
Yeah, I was like, oh, he is fresh home from the pen. I was like, oh, okay, he just got back.
Bro,
yeah, there's no taking the bay out of him. There's no taking the bay out of him, and I love that. And I love that.
Oh, that boy is so. he is so Bay Area, just like Eddie Kingston is New York.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Eddie is so New York that I just love to hear him cut a promo. Cause
no, same. I'm glad he's back, and I'm excited to see him wrestle again because I've
been
older
missing
matches,
Eddie,
and I was
bro.
like,
I ain't gonna hold you.
I love when they let the wrestlers not have to code switch. Shout out to Shaquan Sugars, who sounds like the DMV. Shout out to Javon Evans, who sounds like where he's from. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. Let them shine, because I think that's like the best way to let them connect with their fans, because I feel like, you know, the viewership of all the different promotions, right, are so diverse enough that you're gonna connect with a certain group that's always gonna ride with you, and I think that's so important.
And they broke that mold of wrestlers using dated slang or dated terminology. And it's like, bro, they said what? We don't even say that anymore. But like, and I love the way, and even Jacob said it. He said, the day that they not let me be me, I'm done, because I don't know how to be anything else. And I love that, because like, bro, give us all of it. We here for all of it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely
that
agree.
one time in, and I always bring this up too, that one time in the Thunderdome era during COVID, when they finally let Paul Heyman off the leash, and Paul Heyman told Buddy, see, you think that because I am the way that I am on this TV that I can't handle myself. He told that man, I'm from New York. I'll whoop your ass if you disrespect my tribal chief again. If that wasn't the most New York thing to say at that moment,
I never connected with some shit more. I like, trust me, even when they let Damian Priest hop into his bag, I was like, I know where Damian Priest is from. I understand that. And I love Gunther, but I hated Gunther when he was going crazy with his thing against Damian Priest. I was like, hey, Gunther, I love you, but you better relax. I'm a New Yorker first, and before a wrestling fan. You feel me? Like,
right.
I'm on Damian's side 1000%.
Yeah, I love the way that they're letting wrestlers be more authentic. It was something that was definitely needed. Definitely needed.
The funny, like you say that, and then I saw a thing. Two of the divas from like back in the day were doing like a podcast together, or like they were doing like a little interview with each other, and they were talking about how the girls today don't have any character. Like they don't have, like, none of them actually have like character work or anything like that. But like,
I don't agree with that, because if you look at somebody,
they actually had characters.
Well, if you look at somebody like a Jada Parker, full of character. Jada Parker will sometimes forget she's at work, and she'll start letting them N words fly. Like, like, bro, Lash Legend, another one. Like, bro, Lash is who she is. And I believe if you saw Lash on the street, she would be the same way. Yeah. Like, I don't agree with that statement at all, because there are so many women that prove that statement to be untrue. Yeah. I get it. We have we have that curse of nostalgia, right? And nostalgia makes us remember things differently than they actually were. And so unfortunately, we remember the Divas era differently than it actually was. Like the Divas era, those women were protected as hell. Like they wrestled a little bit, but it was very what I would call schoolboyish wrestling. It was very we do a little move here, do a little move there, and then we do some hair pulls and some slaps. Like, you know what I mean? Like it.
Hell, like they had bra and panty matches, they had mud matches, jello matches. Like they didn't have actual matches.
Right. So
Also, they were at that like during that era, they were considered the bathroom break.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was one of them people. When the Divas matches came in, that's when I went to go refill whatever I was eating or drinking. That's when I went to the bathroom. That's when I went to the concession stand. Like, I was one of them people. I was
I think
definitely
that's
one
why
of
I'm
those
so
people.
excited to see like a AJ or a Nikki Bella come back.
Same.
Because, you know, like I know that they were around during that time and them still having the passion for wrestling and being excited by the new talent and wanting to prove themselves and actually get to wrestle in a day and age that they fought so hard for. Because that's
Right.
essentially what's happening. You know, like
Yeah.
you can say what you want about the Divas era. And I'm going back and kind of like watching some matches from then and you just know that like this current version of WWE, and I'll just say pro wrestling in general, you know what I mean? They definitely laid the foundation for,
Oh, absolutely.
and this is what they were working towards. So
Absolutely.
I hope more, you know, female wrestlers from that day and age, if they still got it in them and still want to, get a chance to. It doesn't have to even necessarily be on WWE. It could be on different promotions, but get that chance to really see what their full potential is and go
Right.
hard. Like I think that's why someone like a Natalia goes so hard and be like this, like
I need
Natty.
them to let Natty be Natty.
Exactly. Like, and I've watched the Natty matches, and I'm like, oh, they need to bring her that back, and I'm like, and that's why I'm happy to see Naomi become world champion and do her thing and thrive, and and yeah, and I mean, I want to say. Wasn't like Nia Jackson live on like the last season of like Total Divas and stuff like that?
Yes, they were
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the very last season of Total
Exactly.
Divas.
So and they were
And so
that
was
transition.
the other one,
Yeah.
but we don't talk
Yeah.
about her.
Yeah. So like I'm glad that now we see like a Nia Jackson and Liv Morgan getting a chance to prove themselves and be world champion and put people over and have a program built around them. So like I want them to have more opportunities. And you know, I'm a little bit nervous because like I said, the women's roster on all the brands, demons right now.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really like that. So I hope they've been doing the proper training and preparation to prepare for those type of matches. They're gonna always be over because nostalgia is like the biggest draw, for being completely honest. But like now it's time to like prove themselves and be like, the nostalgia was worth it, the wait was worth it.
Right.
Now we out here thriving, you know.
Because like I
And
feel like last week when Nikki had her match against Asuka, like she did pretty good.
mm-hmm.
Like
that's,
to say it's a match against Asuka, she did pretty well. Like I knew going into the match she was going to lose. Like
yeah.
it's Asuka.
Even when she went up against Becky Lynch, I knew she was going to lose, but you know, I was just like,
there was a possibility she could have won. There was a slim
there was no
possibility
way
she could have won.
There was no way that they were gonna let that happen.
Oh no, they weren't gonna.
No,
unless they brought Brie back for the Twin Magic moment. That was the only way she.
There was no doubt in my mind that Becky was going to win that, because Becky, the type of wrestler that Becky is, and the type of champion that Becky is, doesn't matter what mid card or high card belt, like she's going to go crazy. You know, like one of my favorite matches, if I'm not mistaken, it was it Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax, right? When they had like that crazy ass match and she was sending people through the table and everything, and she jumped off the top of a ladder and sent Shorty through the table.
When she got busted open hard way, and when the man thing first started.
No, I'm not even thinking about
Not
that.
that?
There was one that happened within the last 2 years that I remember. I gotta find out. I gotta look at the match and see who she went up against. But there was a match that had one of my favorite matches from the past 2 years, and she was going up against someone, and she was going crazy. It probably was mainly Nia Jax and not Becky Lynch. But like I said, there's no doubt in my mind. Like Becky, you're not gonna. Becky Lynch is just too talented in the ring and too much of a demon to unless they're really trying to push a story and it's like obvious that they're trying to push a story. I don't know. But yeah, I'm
Because if
very
anything,
fascinated.
it should have been Bailey who dethroned Becky, but
Yeah,
that's a different different story.
Well, maybe, but I'd much rather see Becky and this version of Bailey.
yes.
Yeah.
I'd much rather see Becky and this version of Bailey because this version of
I
Bailey,
need the so
if
the fact
done
that she's
right,
having the fact that she's having this multiple personality situation, I need the Bailey buddies to just pop up one day because of her being in the hugger mindset and the old music to just go off.
and then something happens in the ring that makes her switch back to the heel version, and then she kills them, and then she kills them on the way out all over again.
She just gets hit in the head just the right way.
No killing the Bailey buddies again. Don't kill the Bailey buddies again.
It was Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax, last woman standing match from March of last year. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah.
But yeah,
Bring back the Bailey buddies.
I just want to see Bailey thrive again. I do. I want to be able to care about Bailey again.
Oh yeah. Which is gonna happen. I think that Bailey tried the whole take time off thing, and I think she was losing her mind to the point where she couldn't take it anymore and just had to come back. So I get that too, because when you're used to working and not working, the walls start closing in. And so, I get it. It's kind of like, yeah, Bianca is out, but she's not at home. You know what I mean?
So much.
If Bianca was at home, it'd probably be a different story. If who else is out? Perfect example, Naomi, losing her mind right now. You seen some of the stuff she posts on social media? She can't wait to get back, and the baby not even here yet.
She's
barely cooking.
She's doing red carpets and stuff like that, still, and it's like, stay home, enjoy the fact
she
that
can't. She can't. She literally can't.
Yeah, especially coming off the run that she's taking a break from. I wouldn't either. I'd be still right.
And then, how would you feel if the person that you've been waiting to come back comes back?
I'd be so pissed.
I would be sick to my stomach.
I
would be throwing things.
And they had the nerve to recently upload their FCW match recently.
Right.
Here's the history between Naomi and AJ. They're like, why would you?
Because they posted they posted the whole 10 or 15 years of 15 years of AJ Lee and 15 years of Naomi back to back. And I'm like, y'all really want her? Y'all want her?
That's so mean.
Her mad, huh? Yes, they debuted together on NXT, and y'all are just rubbing it in her face that AJ's back and she's out.
Yeah.
When she previously stated, if the rumors are true and she comes back while I'm out, I'm going to crash out.
I know the minute that baby
so
drops,
as soon as she's
gym,
gonna she's probably still in the gym as much as a pregnant person can be.
Yeah.
Because I remember Maria Kanellis when she was pregnant both times. She was always still posting workout videos and stuff like that, and people were criticizing her.
Yeah, she came back super early.
Like, they were criticizing her so bad for, like, you're pregnant, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be doing that." And it's like, my doctor said I can. I'm going to keep doing what my doctor said I can do.
Right.
And that, because of her, keeping up with her, like, exercise and workouts and all that stuff, I think that's one of the reasons she was able to come back as quickly as she did. She probably shouldn't have, because she still needed a little bit more recovery, but she came back as quickly as she did because she wanted to come back.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait for Naomi to come back.
How long we got? Like, she announced she announced the pregnancy, what, a month ago? So we still got, what, 8 more months?
It's still a while, bro. Just it's gonna be all right. We gonna make it. We gonna be fine. But that's another one. Naomi was in Impact Wrestling Guys. So
yeah,
like bro, I mean, yeah, WWE don't let you do that, but she got that dog. You know what I mean? And watching WWE's AAA broadcast, I hate that they allow Natty to be what we all knew she could be in everywhere else but where it matters. Like when they announced that, that Natty and I think it was Becky were gonna fight. I just knew that we were gonna get Brawler Natty. And then when she came out with the same old gimmick, I was like, yeah, she fixing to lose. This ain't even worth watching. Cause like there's just I don't know. Like in my opinion, they shit on her so bad.
they let her do the Natty gimmick in everywhere else, but they don't want to let her be serious on their own show.
Yeah,
which makes no sense to me, dude. Makes no sense to me because it's like the way the internet is. We see it. We see we see how she's thriving on the indies and all these different shows and and Bloodsport and everything. And it's just like, bro, just let her do it. They probably let her do whatever she wants when she's like, training the different talent and helping them out and everything. But it's like, especially now that there's so many wrestlers, female wrestlers on the roster that came up off of doing a more stiff style of wrestling and in Japan and Mexico and overseas just in general. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you don't have a good amount of folks that can match your energy. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Why wouldn't you want to see that?
Honestly,
maybe we just don't want to see people just women just knocking each other out. But I'm like I want to
let her show the reason she's the only female wrestler to come out of the Heart Dungeon. Like,
honestly,
let her go.
Honestly, it's too late for her to do it now. But during her career, she should have left WWE. And
because she did apparently, like, didn't she do a stint in Japan before she came to WWE?
I believe so, but also sometimes you got to remind people what they have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But also pretty sure she has that for life contract with them because of TJ.
Well, that and the fact that they won't let her forget that she's a heart.
Yeah.
She's the only person, and I say this all the time too. She's the only person that every time that they do they announce her, they have to throw in her family and remind everybody that she's a heart.
She should be able to stand on, like, she
And
has had
that's
enough
right.
that she can stand on her own.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but it's because they don't let her do it.
You know
Yeah.
what? Fuck it. Tony, grab her up and have her go up against Mercedes Monet at the Owen. Have her win it. Fuck it.
Right.
Have her go up against Tekla. Have her go up against Queen Aminata. Have her go up against Tony Storm and all the other
her
demons
against
over there.
Tony would be nasty.
I don't think she would do it. I honestly don't think she would do it, though.
Her against Tony would be crazy work.
In my opinion, why not? You know, I mean, I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. Because, you know, behind the ring politics, but also it's just like if I'm thinking of where's the best place to have the opportunity to do the style of wrestling that I want to do on American television too, and not have to go overseas to show it off. You know, I know it's the cliche thing, but maybe
Bro.
maybe AEW might be
the
it's
move.
tough. It's tough. The politics around it is crazy, and it would be absolutely nutter butters if it were to ever happen. But I do honestly
It'd be the
believe,
one
like,
pay-per-view that I would actually buy.
I would lose my mind. I think anybody over there, but especially Tony Storm, because I love Tony Storm, but I think anybody over there,
Chin up, tits out, goddammit.
Bro, I would love it. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I think also like I said, or her against like Chris Statlander, her against an Alex Windsor.
Bro,
son, stop it. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. You know, just because
Tony Storm just running the goddamn gauntlet at this point. Just throw them all at her.
Yeah. I just, you know, I just wish certain wrestlers get a chance to thrive, and it sucks that they got to play the game in order to I just thrive and live. You know what I mean? But yeah, in an alternate universe, I would love to see Natalia over at AEW getting a chance to really show off fully, because they're keeping her trapped over at WWE.
Here's a question. And it's something I just thought about since we're talking about women, and this is Yates's area of expertise, right? Do we think that WWE is really going to get serious about Michin, or is this just another?
No.
That makes me so
No.
upset. It makes me so upset. You want to
The reason I say that is because when she was released the first time, she actually did a whole YouTube series where she talked about her time in WWE and how when she was in NXT with Triple H, she was his go-to person to help put over, like, she literally said she was his right hand. Like, she put over everybody and anybody. She said if he asked me to run through a wall, I would. Like, she's that type of person.
She was his Undertaker.
When it comes, like,
she's still low key that, if you really think about it. It's like her and Chelsea Green are the people that if you want to have a good match or put somebody over, you hit up either one.
That's why I don't think I don't think that he'll put the belt on her, because she's a better chase versus holding the title and defending.
But even then, at this point, put either the IC or the USA belt on her. Now that they have those mid-card belts, can we at least get that? Because you know, like,
that's the way I felt about Dakota. Is give her, like, she's good at the chase. That was the same with Zelina Vega. She was good with chasing the title, but once they put the title on her,
but I don't even think that's necessarily their fault. I just don't think they really know how.
They don't have the creative.
Yeah, I don't think they know how to. I'm like thinking about it. I don't think they know how to book a proper story around the mid card division. which is
at all, like
unfortunate because I feel
men
like
or women, to be
exactly no,
honest.
that's what I'm really trying to say. Like it's just like unless you put it on someone who can thrive in both, you know what I mean? Like a Sami Zayn who can have the World Heavyweight Championship and a mid card championship like the IC or the USA belt, it's not gonna work. And it's like, like you saw it with Bianca Belair, you know what I mean? And not to say that the tag team belt is a mid card belt, but someone who's a world champion and also had
It's
the
a
tag.
it's a
Yeah, yeah,
lower it's lower than mid card, to be
exactly. Yeah,
honest.
exactly. But when Bianca had either or, it elevated it, and she made it important,
Yeah.
So like, or I cared at least more about it, So yeah, I mean, I wish they booked her better. Um, a favorite match of mine was like her street fight with Jada Parker. I feel like Jada Parker was popular, but I think more popular for her looks and her ability. But once she had that feud with Michin, I feel like a lot of people took her more seriously. And it definitely put Jada Parker in the conversation of getting the higher tier belt over at NXT than anything. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, I would love to see Michin thrive a little bit more, but it's like she's stuck in that rut of just like she's gonna have a feud with, or not have a feud, but she's gonna team up with a BFAB, who I'm not saying is not talented, but it's like they don't really connect. She doesn't really connect with the fans like that,
Right.
Like,
Because I'm still trying to figure out why she's with the prophets. Like, it doesn't make sense to me other than, unfortunately, the skin color. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, they don't, like, there's no chemistry there at all.
They never needed a manager.
No.
The only thing they would use her for is if like with the Prophets going up against the Wyatt Six, so that she's the person to go against Nikki, or when the Prophets go against DIY, she's the person to go against Candice. Like that's the only reason they have they have her paired with them.
And Candice LeRae is another one that the way I hear everybody talk about Candice LeRae, but like, I mean,
she's absolutely another person who deserves a title.
Yeah, but
and not the Speed title.
That's not televised or seen or
no,
whatever.
It is televised now. It's on NXT.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that Sol Ruka has it, because I think
it's officially an NXT title now.
Oh, okay, word. Okay, bet.
So they're currently doing a tournament between TNA, NXT, a main roster, one main roster person, which is Candice LeRae, and then a member of the AAA roster.
Interesting.
So they had Candice against one of the TNA people, and then an NXT person against a AAA person, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Candice moved on, and the NXT person moved on, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going up against each other tonight, I think.
Oh yeah, because it is
see
NXT
who's going to
Homecoming.
be going for the title at the next NXT pay-per-view or the next like big NXT show.
Yeah, because right now what's currently airing, I probably just ended, is NXT Homecoming, and I'm randomly seeing.
It just ended like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm like slowly seeing highlights, so I'm about to go back and watch. But how are they even gonna book that? The whole concept of the Speed Championship is to be short matches, and you know what I mean. So, I mean, I guess they can use that to fill time whenever they're like, oh, we need 10 minutes, but still, that's a little weird, I mean, I'm glad that that's being televised more. I thought the concept was cool as fuck, but I mean, I'm glad they had someone like a Sol Ruka to make people care for real, because I think she's like the perfect representation to go with and show off that it means something. But Candice LeRae deserves more.
True.
A lot of the folks in that mid card area deserves more, because it's not like it's a talent thing. I think it's just unfortunately a star power thing, but I think the writers' room can do something to help that out. You know, they they have the power in them to write their stories more interesting in order to put them over. You know, I think like once you strap that rocket to someone, it's you just got to give that person the shot. You know, unless instead of just leaving it up to their own devices, because you know, yeah, if people are not seeing the talent, then how can they get over with the crowds if the crowd doesn't see them?
True.
Yeah.
Or if the televised crowd can't see them, they're probably I think they're definitely shown off during like the house shows or whatever. But I'm like, only a fraction of the audience sees that unless they're really tuned in with Twitter and stuff, or randomly watching their YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, put them on TV, put them on Netflix, put them on
Do they
NXT.
still film Superstars or Main Event?
Yes, because I have seen recently they put out like the full matches from Main Event, but honestly, a lot of the times when I see stuff from those shows, it's from people posting camera footage, phone footage. You know, I think recently, I would say within the past week, they posted a really good match on Main Event.
Yeah, because
But-
I remember they used to film Main Event before SmackDown.
Right.
And I don't know where they put it anymore because it used to be a Hulu exclusive.
To YouTube, most likely. Yeah, Ray Phoenix versus someone named Angel. It was the most recent
Angel
main event
Garza.
Angel
rematch.
Garza.
Gotcha. And that happened on September 13th, and they uploaded that full match a couple days ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just looked up the NXT Homecoming stuff. Every main roster person who was part of the Black and Gold brand when, NXT was Black and Gold, they got their old theme songs back just for
I
that
peeped.
one night.
I peeped. Shout out to Amethyst. She was excited to see Finn Balor's old theme song come back.
I'm ready to, watch that on the CW app tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow afternoon after I get back from work.
So Demon Finn Balor is now a puppet now,
Well,
Listen.
I would personally hate to have to put on that paint and makeup every single time. I get it.
And on top of that, they're doing it in like the Jake the Snake Roberts kind of
Yeah.
Listen,
Santino Morello type of,
yeah.
Demento took a suicide dive.
Yeah.
It was one of
Up
the
against
most
Mr.
dangerous.
Iguana.
It was one of the most dangerous moves of the match.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're both okay.
Yeah. No, I was scared for Demonito. I was terrified.
But
yeah.
But Layeska's a professional.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they had medical on the side on standby to help them out.
Kenny looks like he's so over us. You don't like the fun in the wrestling?
No, it was entertaining. It was entertaining.
I love all the reactions to like everybody talking about how the puppets are legit wrestlers and have been doing it for years and stuff like that. And it's like, yes, bring back this level of delusion and whimsy to wrestling.
I agree. I need a good mixture of whimsy and grabs.
So 2K, when can we get puppets?
I think they.
I'll hit up Goldberg right now. I'll come with a puppet gimmick soon.
I think I think what they're doing with why can't my brain is not working today. I think what they're doing with what is this green guy's name?
Oh, Mr. Iguana.
Yeah, Mr. Why did it? Okay. I think what they're doing with Mr. Iguana is what AEW was trying to do with Danhausen. But
Word. Yeah. Shout out to Danhausen. Mm-hmm.
But it didn't work out. And it's crazy because like before they started really using Mr. Iguana, what AAA was saying about Mr. Iguana was that he was very charismatic, but he couldn't go in the ring.
Okay, interesting.
But
under my impression, it looked like he was over already in AAA, and then
that's what I was getting ready to say. Was like,
yeah,
but these people love him, and he can make spots work. Like, I'm not seeing what y'all were saying. Like, I'm waiting for the fuck ups and shit. Like,
yeah, that's really fascinating because when I first saw him, I was like, first of all, I was enamored by the gimmick and I thought it was hilarious. And then when he went crazy in the ring, I was like, oh, the gimmick is just the gimmick. Yeah. He's nasty in the ring. So like, and the crowd reaction.
Mr. Iguana. He has an iguana.
Yeah, like it looked like when he came out, it looked like the crowd was already locked in. So I was like, I'm surprised to hear that, And I mean, America loves a good goofball gimmick, but like when they're impressed too. So
right,
like,
right.
Yeah, that's really fascinating, and I mean, it sucks that Danhausen wasn't able to get over in AEW. I think he's still there, but like, technically,
I think there's there's a contract dispute. I think. Where he's trying to get away, but they tacked on his injury time, so he has to sit that out.
So they're doing what they like got mad at WWE about doing with the whole tacking time. Like
they did it to Ray Phoenix. That was the whole thing of why Penta came and Ray Phoenix was still over there.
But WWE bad for doing that. Make it make sense.
It's WWE. It doesn't have to make sense.
I forgot that's the logic with a lot of anything that involves WWE is it's always WWE bad.
And according to our very own Danny Phantom, Tony Khan is Cocaine Bear, so it doesn't have to make sense there either.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
See, you say allegedly because you never seen this man in person.
Hey man, I'm having the time of my life.
She did make sure
I'm
to
having the time of my
say.
life watching AEW.
She did make sure to say allegedly.
You're saying allegedly because you never saw this man in person. I've seen this man in person. This man.
No, we're legally saying allegedly.
This man. This man.
We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money if they try to come for us.
I mean, keep it a stack. I always just see a coffee cup in his hand. That's what I see. So,
I watched this, and I said this last time too. I watched this man give the same promo like 4 or 5 times in one night. And two of those times, he hadn't even left the stage. He got done with the promo and went right back into it. Like, same words, same everything. Bro. Buddy is just yeah.
Allegedly. I can't stop staring at the Labubu.
Oh. Chocolate? Yeah. When I tell you I'm ready for having a puppet gimmick.
Oh, I did a full
Oh, y'all know
energy.
Y'all know everybody's y'all know everybody's Lord and Savior Soulja Boy is the first rapper to have a Labubu chain.
Yeah, I peeped. I saw the TikTok. Yeah. I saw the TikTok. And he can have that first accolade. I don't This is enough. I spent enough money on this.
Oh, no. Like I said, I did a full case of
Yeah.
the big into energy.
Mm-hmm.
I won't do it again.
I was gifted this one. I bought her clothes, but I was gifted her by one of my homegirls. So out of love for Amethyst and Cheyenne, I rock it on my microphone. But I would have been okay not owning her.
Oh yeah, no. Tony put them in like color coordinated order for me because I just had them sitting on my desk, and he was like,
Yeah.
"They need to get off of your desk," so I hung them up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, because I wasn't gonna do it.
I love that.
How do you know that you've reached uncle status or unk status? I have no clue where these characters came from. I don't even know what they are.
Brother, same. It just appeared. I went to brunch to catch it with my homegirl, and I came back with a little boo boo. That's literally it.
They're they're Nordic, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember where. So they're from a IP called The Monsters, and it's like the Labubu. There's a Zimomo, which is the male version of Labubus. And then there's like 5 other characters in that universe.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between a Labubu and a Zimomo is a Zimomo has a tail and wings, and it's like 5 times bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah,
There's like 4 generations already of Labubus. The one that Jelani has is a Have a Seat, which is generation 1.
Jesus
I didn't
Christ.
know that. Not gonna lie to you. I didn't even know that.
It's sad that I'm able to tell which generation it is just from looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have that. That will be categorized in my brain under things that makes Yates unique.
Constantly online. That's why. Pop Mart is the live streams for Pop Mart are always on somewhere in our house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this is Pop's fault. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Another thing that came from the Pop company that people think will one day be a collector's item that will never get off.
Well, no, this is Pop Mart, the Japanese. It's a is it Japanese or Korean? Like
can't tell you.
Action figure, like they do action figures, plush dolls, plush pendants, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes okay. I get it. So, you know what, Jelani, this has been fun.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I'm glad I got a chance to talk about some wrestling.
We have tried to schedule this.
Man, yeah, this summer has been a lot. So I'm glad that we got a chance to finally lock in and record.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Who would you like to send the love to?
Let me see who's live right now. Hold on. Let's see if any of the homies are live.
My lights just auto turned off on me.
I guess your lights say, "Hey, bro, it's time for you."
Oh, I mean, we can if she's still live, we can send the love over to Janelle. Janelle TTV. Let me see if she's still up.
Yeah, she looks like she is.
Yeah, she is currently partner pushing right now. So definitely, I think we should lock in.
Oh, partner pushing. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We love to support the homies that's partner pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Jonelle TTV.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send it to you, Sims. If my copy and paste will work. So that first raid message is for follows. That second raid message. Okay. That secondary message is for subs.
Let's go.
I definitely want to say it was definitely worth the wait.
Yes,
I'm
excited.
You had
Thank you so
no
much.
reason to be apprehensive about doing this at all, because
I was a little bit nervous. Not gonna lie to you. But I'm glad it worked out.
There was no need to be nervous.
You know, whenever I gotta lock in with some real wrestling fans. I mean, I right now I do consider myself one, but like still, you know, y'all got some seniority on me. So I'm just glad I was able to hold my own.
You could have been watching wrestling for a month and you're still a real wrestling fan.
Absolutely.
That is very true.
Like there's no like you can't like say that like if you say you're a fan, then you're a real wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah. No, I definitely agree.
So
but yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me be on the show.
No, my pleasure.
Yep.
So what I want you to do is the floor is yours. End us like you would if we were at your house.
Wait, say again?
In the stream like you would on yours.
Okay.
If we were in your house.
Okay. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. Real quick, let me just say, Women Run Wrestling. Drink some water, eat some good food. Don't talk to dirty birds and dirty girls. Fuck the ops, you're better. I'll see y'all soon.
And in the great words of Colberg, we out of here. We gone.
bye.
King Kenny in the ring, Yates by his side.